Zach is back with a Netflix original review. Today I'm reviewing Devilman Crybaby. Devilman Crybaby is based off of the original works called Devilman. I've never watched the original works or read the original works, so when it comes to this show, Devilman Crybaby, I don't know how it compares to the original at all. But personally for me, somebody who hasn't actually watched or read the original Devilman, this show in a vacuum is quite badass. This show focuses around our main character Akira, which is a very sentimental student, and honestly, he's kind of, he's a crybaby, but he acts kind of like a, how can I say this? A pussy. And our other main character is Ryu, which is Akira's best friend, and he's kind of a narcissist. He's like the opposite of Akira in basically every way. They were supposed to be best of friends in grade school, but I can't really see them being friends in real life. Their personalities do not mesh whatsoever, but somehow they're just best of friends, which I guess you could just say opposites attract. I guess you could just kind of leave it off towards that, because that's all I can really use to explain why they're even friends. The story starts off with Ryu becoming a college professor and studying demons. Like normal things professors study, demons and stuff. I guess it's better than being a gender studies professor, so, there's that. Ryu's theory is that they're waking up from a slow slumber and they're starting to awaken. And once they awaken, they're going to eventually try to take over the planet. His other theory is that the only way to defeat these powerful demons is to, I guess you'd say, harness their power yourself and use it against them. So Ryu basically asks his buddy Akira, hey buddy, can you go ahead and unite with a demon so that we can kind of harness their power? And Akira, being such a nice, good guy, and he's, oh yeah, hey, you're my best friend, Ryu. He just goes along with the crazy idea that this guy comes up with, but we're not going to go into that. Akira ends up successfully uniting with a demon and obtaining this demon's powers. Normally, if you get possessed by a demon or, you suck in their powers, you end up going crazy. You go mentally insane, you start killing people, you start thirsting for blood and vengeance and all this crazy stuff. The difference is with Akira is that he possesses all the powers of a demon, so he has like super strength and speed, and he's like a freaking Chad, kind of like a superhero. But he keeps all the humanity of a human, and he can make, judgments for himself, and he's not going off killing people, going on like a vampiric killing spree. You're probably thinking, alright, so it's kind of like Spawn. He's a superhero, right? So it's going to be a superhero type of show. No. Wrong, completely. I feel as though Devilman Crybaby is kind of like a deconstruction of the average superhero story. Like, generally speaking, superhero shows, movies, comic books, whatever, it's usually about showing the good in humanity and how people, kind of bring that out in the time of need for their fellow human beings. This show, though, focuses on the opposite. It basically shows all the evils of humanity and what people will actually do when the chips are down. What's great about the show, too, is that it showcases, at the drop of a hat, how bad people can get during a doomsday situation, and even shows that people can be just as bad, if not worse, than demons in certain circumstances. Some of the show's messages are actually really relevant, especially right now during the quarantine that we're stuck in. For example, during a panic, social media, fake news, and panicking can completely destroy us during certain situations. And they really dive deep into that, and I think it's really relevant, especially right now during the pandemic. I really like the show, personally speaking. It's sad, it has the feels, there's a lot of action in the show, there's gore, there's violence, there's kind of a romance involved, not too deeply involved, but it's there. Shows off problems with social media, the news, it gets into what a doomsday situation would look like if people just went crazy. The animation of the show is trippy as balls, too. It has kind of a cartoony look about the animation, but when the motion is happening, with the animation, it looks realistic. So it's very weird. It has a very weird contrasting feel between the style of the animation and the motion of the animation. And I just thought that was really interesting, and it was almost gross to look at. When you look at it, you're just kind of like, I don't know, it gives me just a weird vibe. Kind of a weird, vibe. I don't know. It's hard to explain. You have to watch it. One of the issues that I have with the show is that there's basically no character development. The characters that you get in the beginning of the show are basically the same characters that you get at the end of the show, except for a couple of key little things, but other than that, they're kind of the same characters. I wish there was some character development, but I think they were doing it on purpose in this show, so I'm not going to dock points for it. I think a lot of the fun of this show is actually just watching these different type of character archetypes react to a mass panic situation. So I think that's what they were going for in the show. Personally speaking, I haven't seen a show like this at all. The animations are different. The story that they're telling is very different. I enjoyed it all the way through, and I don't really have too many complaints about it. So Devilman Crybaby gets absolutely an A. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all of that YouTube business. Please click the little bell for notifications if you want more of my content, because I'm going to be producing more content soon. And until next time, you guys, see ya!